So what's up, Pap? What's going on, man? How you doing?
What's going on, everybody?
You, man, pretty good. How about you?
Doing all right.
I was going
Good.
with the new main news toy. I seen your post. Please send me the code.
You playing with what?
You have your new Chinese toy, no? Correct?
Sorry, hold on just a second. Say again. You cut out a little bit. My speaker was down. Sorry.
You have your new Chinese toy. I seen your post.
Oh, well, yeah.
Venus, Venus.
All right. Yeah, you won't believe what I'm doing now. I'll have to show you what I'm actually doing here. Let me
Oh my
share
gosh,
my
yes,
I'm
you
gonna
told me.
share my screen. So there's a guy in our business networking group, and he runs the podcasts. So I pulled his Facebook profile photo. This is the only photo I have, and I had it make an action figure. I did it a couple times. I like that one, right? Because I thought it was a good one right there. I sent him that picture, and he freaked out. And he's like, "Oh my God, you gotta print that. Can I have that as an action figure?" And I was like, I'll see what I can do, right? So then I actually took his photo again today. I said, make me like multi-view of an action figure. So I took this, uploaded it to Trippo, and then this. Let me show you what I got here. And with Trippo, you can take images and convert them to a 3D model. And so now I am actually printing the Ken action figure. So I went from a single Facebook photo to an action figure, and it's printing on my printer right now.
Well, no, more toys for the big bad.
So yeah, they're having some kind of a charity dinner tomorrow night, so I'm gonna take it. Like I'm gonna print it tonight and then take it to them. So
You
they're
know
gonna
that right now there are some programs that you can make a 360 degrees, 100% 360, but 180 degrees applications with that combination of pictures.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Charles, did you bring enough for everybody?
There's a lot.
I
If you
mean,
want to, if you want to come to Middle Tennessee, you're more than welcome to have some
yeah, never
Oh
mind.
my gosh.
Cajun style chicken pasta.
That sounds pretty good to me. I'll do it.
Yeah.
All right. So how is everybody? Yeah, the cat wants some chicken.
Yeah. He's like, hey, what'd you got there?
Yeah, what do you got going on?
Bon appetit, Charles.
All right. So, how's everybody doing this evening? Got a small group of people in. So, Charles, besides
Doing
your
great.
awesome, good. Glad to hear it. What kind of wins and other stuff we got going on this week?
Um, signed up another agency for VA services. Signed on a um agency that had a client come on, big ticket client. They got a big project. We're looking at like 100 hours on the project
Dang, nice.
that we estimated, so that was a nice little payday. Um, and splitting it out between 2 months. Um, so yeah, it's just been VA's work's been going good. Um, Launching a new program
Sorry,
and
DA like district attorney or VA like
VA,
virtual
virtual
assistant?
assistant, virtual assistant. Yeah,
So you're doing work for a virtual assistant company?
I own a virtual assistant company.
Oh, okay.
So
Making more
yeah,
sense. Okay, cool.
I run a SaaS agency and I also run a virtual assistant company. So we launched it for our own clients, and then quickly got inundated with people asking me if I would white label it for their agency, and so that's what we do. We work with other agencies and offer white label, or rather gray label services.
Don't
So
forget to add in your bio, I love the pasta, by the way.
Yeah, and I got some kick-ass pasta,
Oh, yes.
Caesar salad, some rolls, you know.
No so
Good
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 for your,
old good old O'Charlie's.
how about your six packs, maybe?
My what?
Your six packs.
My six packs?
Oh, yes, with pasta in your worst enemy.
I ain't worried about my six packs.
There's a you got some cat hair on your camera there, Charles. There you go.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. The tail was halfway is like
He does
dissecting it.
he does
You
it
have
all
to
the
look at
time.
this.
Yeah.
He'll walk through and you just see his tail at the bottom of the camera.
Well, I had some wins. So I'm printing literally printing an action figure today. But I also signed up, I was on the waiting list for Manus, and then actually using some Manus and ChatGPT, I got an app that I'm putting together on HighLevel that is going to be amazing for Review Genius. So it's going to be like a heat map lead gen tool, so people can go onto the page, opt in, see what their rank is based off the search radius and things like that. So it's almost done. Actually, I'm
Well, that
finishing up the
sounds
code.
cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Can we
How long
see a
do you-
little demo?
How long
No.
did you wait, Pat?
I posted
No.
I posted a picture in the Review Genius group and nobody even commented on it. I'm kind of offended.
I didn't
Looking
see
know
it.
what?
now.
All right. Can we? Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sir,
Cool. It's it's something we're gonna share soon. We're not gonna share too much about it yet.
Not yet.
So just saying. There's a
come
lot
on,
of
don't play
changes
that game
happening.
with your family.
Lot of
Come
changes
on.
happening. A lot of changes happening. You guys would
This
receive
is
an
not the
email
way to treat your family.
today. Well,
Don't play
I'm
that
gonna
game.
send an official notice to the family, like, hey, this is the changes happening. But yeah, it's coming.
Okay.
Everyone's
We're
gonna get
just
an email.
excited. We're just excited.
Looks like it's an April Fool, like everyone, with the full
Yeah,
of
haha.
April today. Yes.
It's 2nd of April here. I'm not fooling around.
Yep. So
All right, but yeah, talking about the wins, I have a win. I have a restaurant closed. He has 2 restaurants, so they signed up and payment came in yesterday. So yeah, that's a win.
very
That's
nice.
a big win. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations. So what did you sell them exactly and for how much? Like the whole
Review
system or?
Genius. Review Genius. So again, everything that we've spoken about in Review Genius. So management of reviews. I also plugged in loyalty. So I have Boomerang. So plugged in loyalty because it's restaurants. It makes sense for them to have a loyalty program.
Mhm.
And so those 2 for, hold on, how much did I sell? So loyalty, I sold it separately. I created 2 separate invoice, but it turns out to be Review Genius just by itself. I sold for $200. An Australian client, but I sold in US, so it's 200 US for Review Genius. And loyalty, I sold a yearly package for 117 a month.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And
And also demoed all the voice AI stuff and all that stuff which we can do for them. So we're going to talk about that once this is implemented.
loyalty
yeah.
is just Boomerang cards. Look,
Sorry?
loyalty is just Boomerang cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great
Yeah,
work, Alok.
it's good.
Do you mind
Yeah.
explaining how you actually started the relationship? How did you prospect this restaurant?
Okay, well, he's a local guy, so I know him. I've met him once or twice before. He knows that I do something of this sort. The way the conversation started is because there's another agency he was paying. And so we just happened to meet each other once again for this Sam guy. Why his note taker? 3 note takers join at a time. Something's weird. Anyway, sorry, I digress. But so we bumped into each. So he's a local guy to my area. So we bumped into the car mechanic the other day, and I was like, okay, how's that agency work going? He hired an agency to do his social media posting and content and all that stuff. He's like, yeah, they're doing some stuff. I was like, I know they're doing some stuff, but how is it working for you? Like, that's the question. Let's talk money here. Is it working at all? Like, I'm not sure, to be very honest. I'm like, okay, well, let's dive in. So I opened his Instagram. Um, I I said, you have 200 followers. Content is good, but 200 followers. I was like, what are they doing again? They're creating videos and content and all that stuff for that restaurant and posting on their Instagram and Facebook page. And they have 200 followers. I was like, what are you paying for? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, you're paying, and I asked him how much he's paying. He was paying $2,400 a month for 4 piece of video, high quality video content and local SEO. $2,400 a month, and he was paying. He paid that for 10 months, and he cannot, with a shadow of a doubt, say that he generated one client out of it.
Mm.
He cannot say that. I'm like, dude, you paid $24,000 to this agency, and you're not confident enough to say that you generated one client. There's some problem here. Think through. We need to talk about this because this is not how you should run your business. You investing too much, you're not able to make money out of it. If you need help, let's talk. That's how I ended that conversation, right? And I said, I would get you to talk clear communication with that agency saying, hey, I'm paying you 2,400 every single month. Can you show me the ROI? Can you prove it to me that you have helped my business in this way? I've not even gained 2,400 followers out of it. Only 200 followers with 4 or 5 likes, which would be his friends and families on each videos. Videos are amazing. The content was awesome. I'm like, well, that's not what you want, is it? Like you want cash coming in your check, register. So let's come up with a plan. Let's do something which would help you do that. So that's how I started the talk. And then he understood. I was like, look, he's an agency guy. I know that agency as well. So I was like, he's an agency guy. He doing good stuff, but it's not direct response campaigns or something which you're running. You don't have loyalty program in your business. You don't have a system to manage your reviews where how would people trust you? Like there's literally nothing in your business to people trust you. You're doing good stuff. I know he's a good chef and all that stuff, but Google don't care you're a good chef. Google cares what Google cares, right? So we need to make sure we give everything to Google. We need to make sure that if someone's searching for your business, they see what you are all about, not just the content. So that was the conversation, and then he already knew he was doing something wrong. So he just had someone else tell him. And yeah, it just made sense for him to move forward with me. Oh, by the
Thanks
way,
for
so
sharing.
the other thing which also obviously helped is our review cards. I just showed him, hey, here, dude, take this, start collecting reviews in your business. So that also helps.
Okay, as a follow-up, you
Mhm.
compared, nothing wrong with it, oranges to apples to grapefruit. And so
Yep.
how did you match what you're going to be doing to this magical ROI report you're going to
I
get?
did not say I would bring results. I just said I will bring data to you. That's
Okay.
my sale. So I did not say that, yes, working with me will bring you clients, but I said at least you would know what's happening. You paid this agency 10,000, like for 10 months, $24,000. You have no idea what has happened. At least implementing our system, you would see you've generated 25 more reviews.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you bring
that's
data
visible.
to them,
Yeah,
and then
that's
what?
visible. And
What are
and
you going to
based
do?
on
Like
that, he
in
can
2
make a
months, you're going to do like a strategic, and then maybe you're going to do a reactivation typey
correct.
campaign or
So
something. Okay.
he doesn't even have a system. So I'm gonna obviously give him a CRM access and all that stuff, create a database, then do database reactivation campaigns. And like I'll show him how to do things and track things correctly with Boomerang, which is the loyalty program, which is again a third party tool which I have. Um, you can track how many loyalty cards have been issued, how many of those visited again, and how much revenue has been generated. So all that can be tracked and you can see all the data. which is exactly what a business needs, right? They need to
Yeah.
know if I'm investing $500 into this, whatever marketing sort of thing I'm doing, what is coming out of it. That is all they need to do. So if they figure out, like, yeah, I'm spending $500, but I got 20 of those people coming back and dining with me, and out of those 20, an average check is $40. That's, I don't know what the math is, but yeah, this is how much money came back into business. Okay, is it profitable? Yes or no? Then he has to make a qualitative decision, right? So if you don't know what's happening, you cannot make a decision. Like, it's just you're closing your eyes and you're trying to shoot a bullseye. So all I told him is like, dude, I'm not guaranteeing you that this would work for you because there are many factors affecting your local area, restaurant competition, all that. But at least I'm telling you that at least you'll have data on what you're doing. That is my sale.
Okay, so do you, in the future, are you going to provide him with consultation for actually putting together offers that get people to
Yes.
show up?
This
Because,
was a
like people
just foot in the
won't give
door for
away
me.
a free slice of pizza because they're
Yeah.
like, it will never create revenue. And you're like, oh my God, why do you think Pizza Hut does that every week?
Yeah. So
You know?
the reason I sold data first is I'm gonna myself collect data, and then the next piece is to reach out to him. Hey, this is what data is telling me now. We need to do this. Let's do this. This is just a foot in the door offer for me to gain his business, and then slowly and gradually, I'm gonna obviously sell him more.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And again, it came back to understanding the client's problem, right? Client didn't know he's good restaurateur. Um, everything he's doing is awesome. I've eaten his food as well. He's a good chef, but the challenge is he doesn't know what he doesn't know. So my job was just to give him the knowledge, like, hey, this is what you're missing out. Let's do this first. This is the step one. Then three months down the line, we'll evaluate what has happened, and then we'll, pivot accordingly. We'll implement new things if needed. So something like that.
Awesome win. Excellent.
Yeah.
Anybody else got wins?
Yes, I have a win. Can you hear me?
What? Hodge, you got a win? What you
I
got?
got a
Let's
win.
go.
What
I mean, I
do you
always
have?
have a win. I just don't think they're worth, celebrating as much because I believe that I should be doing a lot better than I'm doing right now. It's really about where I set the bar. But anyway, this is a compelling story. That's why I'm sharing it. She's the mediation lawyer. I signed her up for, Review Smart, my version of Review Genius, for $297. It's really interesting. Do you know the workflow that goes out after you activate, Review Smart? Just informing the business owner to take action, all of that. After the third email, she turned on the D&D. And she said the reason why is because she didn't care for getting all of those updates. So I'm trying to figure out, well, how am I going to communicate with you about the progress, of your campaign? Everything is going on. That's one. And second thing, she also wants a newsletter. And I know at one point, Pat, you were talking about newsletter, and I'm not sure what's happening in that case. When she said that, I was like, well, does either Wing have the newsletter component yet? But anyway, I'm really honestly trying to figure out how to communicate with her, whether with the newsletter or with what's happening with the review. She's been in business for 30 years. She rebranded and lost all her reviews on Google. Now she only has 12, but she has the database of 4,000 clients. So I decided to do a review activation campaign for her, for $4,000. And then we're going to segue into the newsletter. But I'm still trying to figure out what is the right cadence to communicate, because obviously she doesn't want all the frequent updates. Any thoughts?
I didn't catch the last what
Yeah,
you're
like
asking.
what updates?
Yeah.
Well, you know how when you activate the Review Genius, and let you know, hey, you're on your way. Now we have activated your cards. You got to go over there and get those campaigns. Those
The
follow-ups,
nurture sequence.
those
So
sequences
you
that she
just
doesn't like.
you just go into the workflows and drop her out of the nurture sequence.
I just drop all the nurture.
Yeah, you can go to the contact record and you can see what automations they're in, and you just hit the little X, and then poof, they're dropped out.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, now
It's
I would leave
it's
her
that
I would
easy,
leave her
huh?
in the I'd leave her in the weekly reporting so she knows how many reviews she's getting and stuff like that.
Right. But are those Pat? Are those two different sequences, like the weekly update sequence versus
Yes.
the nurturing
Yeah,
sequence?
they're
Okay,
different workflows.
right.
They're
Okay,
labeled accordingly as well.
right. All right. That answers the question to some extent. But what about the other question about the newsletter thing?
Coming, updates are coming. You're gonna
It's
get
coming.
emails
Okay.
very soon.
All right.
That's all I can say.
Okay. Just
Yep,
checking. That's my win. It's my win. It's a
Good.
big
Awesome.
win too. So good.
Excellent win.
Right.
Awesome.
Cool. Who else?
That's not really. In fact, I have questions based in Copilot. Did you guys try to use Copilot to create personalized sheets?
Did we try to use?
Right now with Copilot, you can use Copilot with new functions with AI to create and send instructions to create specific sheets. You know that some spreadsheets you can change and use and create something incredible with Copilot. Is this something that somebody tried, guys?
I haven't. No.
Isn't Copilot Microsoft?
I think
Yes,
yeah.
that's Microsoft. Yes.
Yeah, so the answer is no. Just do it another way.
Mm. It's because I'm trying to create some kind of personalized report that HighLevel can provide me right now, like inventory.
I would look at either doing like Manus, GPT's still pretty good. You could use Lovable. Lovable's good for development.
Yes, Lovable,
And
yes.
then let's see.
Bold New, maybe.
What's that?
Bold New is pretty good also.
I haven't been.
But what is the point of your report?
Well, it's a very complicated report based in some stuff that I need to show to the customer, and I need that report. But this is something that is impossible to construct right now with HighLevel tools.
Jose, what I do, like, is there some data that you want to send out of HighLevel into something?
That should be based in some data based in HighLevel. And based on the information HighLevel, I would like to construct some spreadsheets and connect with the HighLevel information.
So what I would probably do is I would use so there's like it's a little more setup, but this is what I would do. I just finished getting this set up. So there's a service called Contabo, and they have self-hosted servers. And so you can literally get you can get a server for $6 a month. Okay.
Oh, really?
And then there's a guy on Fiverr. I'll send you his information. He'll install N8N for $25. And it self-updates. It's like he sets everything up for you. And N8N is just like your own personal Make or your own personal Pabbly, right? Except you're hosting it for $6 a month. I mean, it's like unlimited. So from that, you can connect that to HighLevel and to GPTs and do all kinds of crazy stuff to make whatever reports you need to make.
What you say is N8N?
N8N, like N.
Yes, well, I have my own server with N8N. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, if you've already got it set up, you're in good shape.
For just $3, I think this is what I pay right now for hosting locally right now right here. But the only way when you are able to connect is when you have some experience, when you are able to host by your own. Because when you have too much experience, you need to run the normal way. That's my only recommendation. But you know what, Pat, I'm trying to construct something like spreadsheets.
Yeah, I
That's
would.
because-
Yeah, I would probably piece something together in N8N, and that would probably be a lot more robust than
Yes,
what
definitely,
you'd be doing with
definitely.
something like
That's right.
Copilot. Good God, who's using Copilot?
Hmm. It's because a ton of computers right now are coming with Copilot.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, think about it.
so
Anything
Pat,
that's free, what's it worth?
so Pat, are you saying that Copilot is not as competitive as ChatGPT and Grok 3 and all the other?
I couldn't tell you because I don't use it.
It's totally different. I
Trash.
mean, Copilot is totally different, but it's very good. It's from Microsoft and it works pretty good.
It's
And
trash.
what was the reference that you made to NNN?
So
It's just
N8N is like Pabbly or Make, right? You can self-host it.
Right.
it's
You
better
can
than
wire
those
in
ones.
you can wire in all kinds of different AI and stuff like that. It like N8N can actually handle, can actually do some of like, like some of the call handling, like conversation AI type stuff, all kinds of things. So it's a very powerful setup once you start learning how to use it. So yeah, it's a nice automation system.
Okay, so does they replace
No.
Zapier and Pabbly and Make?
Well, I wouldn't say it replaces it. Like Pabbly is good for like just like doing straight, like I need to post some data to something, get a quick response, be done with it. N8N is N8N takes a little more learning curve.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, Pat, right now I download Visual Studio Code and I want to try with raw code. I will say that I can use that combinations to create something that I am looking for. But I am asking for Copilot because maybe could be easier theoretically. That's because of my question. But I never tried. Just watching some videos and it looks amazing. By the way.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. We're gonna be leveraging it a lot here pretty quick. So but yeah, cool, very cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got more people on. We got Brooke, we got Dave, we got let's see who else. Sam, Stephanie, like who else has got any more wins or questions?
Hey,
Any
you can
more
see the car.
wins? No more wins? All right.
I got a win.
Oh, there we go. Finally.
So I went to another trade show. I got like $80, not bad.
Oh, wait, another one?
Yeah, it was like a design and jewelry show. I just walked in. I mean, most of those folks, they don't have Google My Business. They're on Etsy and wherever. God for
Yeah.
second place they are at. But yeah, but I still got $80 and a bracelet.
Nice.
I did
Show
some
us your
barter.
bracelet.
Oh yeah, the bracelet.
I want to see it.
I got for two cards. 2 cards is equal to 1 bracelet.
That's very pretty, Alfonso.
Yeah, thank you. I'll be wearing it one of these days.
It
when I
matches
go.
It's really your color. It matches your
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah, I know.
So you went there and you got a barter, huh? That's
Barter.
great.
He's like, how much does it cost? $25. I was like, all right, I'll give it to whatever, 2 cards. He's like, okay. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Cool. Very cool. All right. Anna, you had your hand up. What's up?
Yeah.
How about your wins,
I had
Pat?
a
Your
question.
wins.
Oh, my wins? I already had my wins. Already listed my wins.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I got an app. I got an app that's almost done for Review Genius for like a heat map thing so people can check their rankings. Let's see. I've actually got like a couple of old snapshots that I built, like a referral snapshot and a gamify, like a spin to win game type snapshot that I'm actually going to be dusting off and leveraging for like a client of mine. I'm doing some consulting for somebody, and they're going to be doing a lot of gamification and referrals and stuff. So I'm wiring that into their entire system. So crazy enough, the old code still works. So those are my wins for today. So.
You know what? This is not a win, but I consider a win get access for free to Google AI Studio and right now Flash 2.5. Oh my gosh, what a combination, guys. Everybody
It's free
should try it.
forever.
Oof, that's
It's
insane.
free. It's free forever.
No, it's kind of free, but basically it's free. Right now it's free. Of course, if you are going to use your API and ANN and other programs, will be no free, but price are so affordable. But right now you can use for free, but not so easy to use, by the way. But try because it's incredible.
Actually, I took a course on using whatever Google Gems or whatever, some guy
No,
named Mercer, and it was great. And it's I'm still sorting some stuff out, but it's completely blowing me away what you can do with Google because after they had, the fake George Washington and all that other stuff, I thought Google's just too woke to do any actual work with. But the deep AI and the AI is actually fantastic. I mean, I didn't think it could beat Chat GPT, but it does in certain ways. They're very different, but they're both very, very interesting. But I'm going to get to what I was asking about when Pat said ask questions. So these were my questions. Number
Okay.
one, what is the stuff about a newsletter? Meaning, like, for us to send our clients or to create a newsletter for clients?
That is something that we designed and we may or may not include in the next Easy Wins AI snapshot. But we're forging ahead with the Easy Wins snapshot here with like a bunch of stuff coming.
What
Yeah,
does that
that's
mean, easy
in that stuff.
wins? What does that mean?
So like we had a snapshot like a while ago that we built when HighLevel was just getting the GPT stuff going, and so we actually created it called it was like Easy Wins, and so it was had all of the basic communications and workflows and follow-ups and things like that that just about any business would need. So you could basically just deploy that snapshot and it would work for somebody. So now we're revamping it. Like basically we burnt down the old one and we're rebuilding it completely with all of the new updates with workflow actions and AI and all the extra stuff in there. So it's going to be built with like a voice AI agent already built in, a conversation AI agent already prompted and built. So a lot of that stuff is already going to be ready to roll. So when you get a client, you can just drop that snapshot in and they're up and running.
Wow. So what does that have to do with newsletter though?
Well, originally we were going to have this AI newsletter wired into the whole thing. Um, Part of that is going to be like part of the Easy Wins is going to have like an evergreen holiday newsletter follow up system in there as well. So, or not holiday newsletter, but holiday emails. So, we've got that built so that you can drop somebody into the flow, and depending on like for a lot, like if he had clients in Australia, he could drop them in and tag them as Australia, and they get all the Australian holidays. And then for
Mm.
like US, or it's gonna have like all the major religion holidays. It's got all the major country holidays built in so that it just goes. And then at the very beginning of the year, it rolls through, and for all the roaming holidays, it updates all of those dates as custom values. So it basically just is an evergreen, like top of mind holiday email system. So it's always going to send your clients hey, happy 4th of July, happy Memorial Day, that sort of thing. Just to keep your branding in there and all that. And that's going to be something you can deploy for your clients too. But the
Oh,
newsletter is going to be something separate because it's like once we got it, we actually collaborated with somebody else on it, and like, once we got it built, it was like this is a beast, and it's going to have to be in its own snapshot.
yeah, because I do newsletters for clients now, and I would love if there was a way to make it easier, but so far there's nothing on earth currently that, you know,
You won't believe what we built. I'm not going to talk too much about it because we don't have it done yet or deployed yet. So we're testing it out ourselves. We're actually going to be using it for like our HighLevel Freaks thing. We're actually going to start sending out like regular newsletters with like high level news, vendor spotlights, and like AI tips, things like that.
Are you do
okay,
you use Beekeep?
and you'll be able to like put in stuff so you can RSS feed things into this.
Um, I don't know. That's interesting. Might have to
No,
look at that.
no, no, no. Like in 2020 and 2021, where they used to have weekly meetings? There
Yeah.
was some guy in the UK who did like hundreds of newsletters for hundreds or thousands of companies, right? And
Uh-huh.
he was on Sean every week to get the RSS thing working and this working and that working.
Mhm.
That would make it dynamite because say like I'm doing a pottery newsletter. Well, there's stuff from NCECA and this organization, that organization. I'd love to tag those documents and get those in there without having to do the work. See, right now, I literally have to manually do it. There's truly no way. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no
Yeah.
other way because that data's
Well,
there. Hmm.
this is
HighLevel's email builder has the RSS feed now, doesn't it, Charles? Don't you use it?
Yes, I use it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
So yeah, I haven't used the RSS feed to email, but
It doesn't work for me.
I'm guessing you probably don't want to just do like an RSS feed and just dump the RSS to an email. You probably want it to
Right.
process something, right? So
Right. It needs to be parsed.
well, sure.
I'm not going to sit there and put advertisements for that organization on the company newsletter. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Well, sure. Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
you're
I
just
haven't.
So I was just wondering, if when you said newsletter, if your stuff's going to do that or some portion of it.
Well, it's going to be basically it's more client oriented so that like you deploy it for a client and then on a given day of the month it's going to send them a link and say, hey, it's time to do your newsletter, and then they click that link and they can put in just a couple of sentences of updates or community news, things like that, and then the AI builds out a full newsletter for them.
Okay.
So
Okay. The other,
nothing where you can do like bulk mass 50 clients at a time kind of a thing. Not happening. Nope. If I
okay.
have to
So then,
if I have to develop that, then I'm going to charge a lot of money for it.
okay. So then the other question I had is basically for like the last 3 or 4 years, I've had this problem with a couple of clients with HighLevel, um, and it just will not do the Facebook posting. And I literally am every day getting it has to reconnect, it has to reconnect, it has to reconnect. I'm done troubleshooting. I'm sick and tired of it. Is there
Yeah.
some other workaround where if some X gets posted to Instagram, which always works, then that can then be posted to
I just went through this
Facebook's.
and I figured it took me a long time to figure out what the issue was, but it was because so you know how, and
I know it's permissions.
yes, it's a permissions thing,
I
and
know it's permissions, but just like how to fix it.
so yeah, it took me a long time to figure out. So you have to go into the back end of their Facebook account and like make sure lead connector is turned on. So for me, like I had to go into my personal like profile and then go in and make sure all the people that are like businesses that are under me were highlighted because one of them wasn't. And it's all of their permissions that has to be checked on. So it took me a while to run that down, but I finally figured it out.
Okay, so if I'm in my Facebook, then
Yeah, it
where
was
do
on my
I go?
personal one underneath the
Yep.
apps.
Apps. Okay.
I think is where it was apps.
Yeah. That's typically where it's going to be in your custom apps.
And that's just
Can I
off my
just
top of my
type
head,
that
but
in?
it took
Where
me
do
a while to
where do I go to get the apps?
Well, when you connect it to the Facebook page, like when you do the connection, the integration, that's where you authorize the lead connector app through Facebook.
No, what I mean is I'm in my Facebook.
Yeah.
I see
I just
ads
put the I
manager,
just
ads. I don't see apps.
I just put the
Charles
link in
just
the
posted
chat.
the link.
Thank you.
Yep. Yep.
If you ever want anything to work right with Meta, you have to give them all permissions always.
every single one you had to
Yep.
be checked off.
You can't uncheck anything. A lot of times, this is very common in social planners because the typical
Okay, but let me ask, do I click on apps and websites?
yes, you click on apps and websites, it'll take you to, you should see
Public,
any apps.
non-public.
Right. So underneath that, you should see apps, and then you should see a blue button that says see more. And you're going to want to keep seeing more until you find the lead connector app. And then I've got too many
I don't
apps
even
on
see it.
Yeah, that's weird. I
It
think
says you don't have any apps or websites to review.
I think
Okay,
it's
so
I think the lead connector app might be in
it's
move
on
to
the business profile.
on the business profile.
Yeah, because I
So
don't think it's here.
switch to your business profile.
To one of the clients, right?
Sure. If you have access to that, yes.
So do I go to Meta Business Suite?
Well, it depends on how they set your permissions as an agency. And if they set you as an agency or added you to their page.
So mine for
I
me,
literally
if you go to that
created this
link,
page
Hey,
15
Anna,
years
Okay.
ago.
Anna, let me help you with this real
whoa,
quick.
Hey,
I literally just went through this the
Yeah.
other day. If you go to the link that Charles sent, go back to that. So just use that URL. Just follow me for a minute.
yeah, you might
Go to that link, and then right underneath there, on the left-hand side is apps and websites. Right underneath there is business integrations.
Yep.
Right there on the top for me is lead connector.
yes.
So you're gonna go to view and edit.
Literally, you don't have to go on because I don't see anything you're talking about.
Yeah, let me
So-
here. I'm gonna share my screen in just a moment. So just a second, sharing.
I mean,
Okay.
this does explain why HighLevel
I
hasn't been able to troubleshoot this in 4 years.
Watch this. I went to the link Charles gave me,
Mm-hmm.
and then right under here, apps and websites, business integrations.
Okay.
Then there's lead connector, and you view and edit, and you can edit all the access there, and like you want to
Just
toggle
grant everything.
everything.
Okay.
That's it. That's what you
Okay.
do. Done. Fixed.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Yep. All right. Let's see who's got more questions. Jenna.
I do. I have one.
All right.
'Cause I don't do this very often.
Go.
But I'm throwing together another thing in my my course area,
Yeah.
and I always forget how to edit that stupid yellow banner up at the top.
Oh yeah. I end up like spending 30 minutes hunting and pecking for that. Charles, do you know where that is? In the
Say that again.
That you know
where
that banner up at the top for courses and memberships?
edit
I always have a hard time finding it.
Yeah, where you edit
Oh.
the visuals on the courses and everything.
Oh yeah. Hold on one
It's
second.
almost impossible to find.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the worst.
It's not. They don't call it what you think they would call it, and it's in a weird spot to begin with.
Yep.
Hold on, let me get there, because if I don't navigate it, I'll never be able to find it. Let's.
Okay, Pat, I tried to do what you just showed me, and somehow I went into help. Where am I in settings and privacy? Where do I get to the business thing?
Okay, it's on the left side menu. Settings and privacy. Scroll all the way down and just do a control F for business integrations. There's a sub menu called your activity, and it's in business integrations. Did you find it, Charles?
I'm getting there.
And I'll look for it too. Well, while we hunt,
Well, and so the other part of this is that they just changed all this.
awesome. I love it when they change stuff. It's always the best.
Hold on.
Let's see. So if you're in the product,
Jesus. It used to be.
It used to be in the theme, I thought, right?
Yes. So you would go. Well, you would click customize, and that would take you to the theme builder. But now you have to crap.
I just don't see it.
Well, that's because it's new.
Oh, okay. I think. So if
Okay,
you-
since y'all are still looking, where do I go again?
on the left
Do,
side,
do I be
if-
under my account
it will
or
be
my
under
client?
if you're connecting it as you, it would be under your account. It could also be under your client's account too. I mean, it'll be under whatever account is connected on the Facebook side of things on there.
Okay, so I'm in my account. Now, can I just type in business integrations? Because that does not seem to work.
I would just
Do I go to the Meta Business Suite?
nope. Just in that literally click that link that Charles shared in chat, scroll to the bottom on the left side, business integrations. That is it.
Okay, hold on. Scroll to the
And I'm gonna
on the
share.
left side. I do not see business integrations.
Okay, let's I'll jump on with you later on the Zoom. So, I'm gonna share it. I found it. So over here.
Yeah, so it looks like I figured it out too.
you gotta lay out
Um,
you go to sections.
So
sections, and it's the hero, I think.
yes.
Yeah.
Or
So
the
with the
header.
new theme, and this was my problem, you can't hit customize. From what
You
I
have to
can tell.
you have to so you have to activate a theme, and then
Yeah.
it gives you the customize. So if
Yeah.
you're just creating a new product, this is what I was struggling with. So if you just create yours doesn't look the same.
Oh,
You're
That's how
still on
mine
the
looks.
old. Oh,
Yeah.
mine doesn't look like that. I'm
Well,
on
I'm sorry,
the new
Charles.
editor.
The new
Um,
the Neo Classic, that one?
no, I'm just on the new theme builder.
What do you mean? NEUE? That one?
No, the new
did-
theme builder for courses.
Where is it?
Where's that?
It may be in labs.
Is it in labs?
It may be, yeah.
I thought I enabled it in labs. All right, fine. Let me go down to left.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear everybody goes through this.
Oh,
You know,
there we
you
go.
always think it's it's just you going, I have
Oh,
done
there we
this
go.
50
Charles, you're right. I didn't have it on labs.
Enable, confirm.
Jenna, let me tell you something. Very often when you put everything on, then they do some update, you don't even know when the update, then it's different.
There
That
we go.
gets removed all the time.
So
I always enable every single lab as soon as it comes out. Never
Yeah, I
have
do
an
too.
issue.
So this is it here. So it's so we're gonna go to customize,
No.
Oh, cool.
So go to Browse System Templates.
browse
The-
system template.
Right to the right. There you go.
Yeah.
Activate whatever theme.
Okay.
Confirm.
Confirm.
Now you can click Customize.
Customize. Oh my
Oh,
god.
that looks so much better.
Okay.
And then it takes you back to the legacy, which makes no damn sense.
What in the world?
So then you go to sections.
You go to sections, and then you can edit. Is it?
Then you
Is it
can
the?
edit.
Is it the hero?
It's the hero. It's
Okay.
the hero.
So you're editing the
background.
hero there.
Hero background.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Hero background. Okay. So there you go.
Maybe you have to do a hard refresh for it to apply from the labs.
Probably so. That's usually the way HighLevel does it. They store all that stuff in there. So, good God Almighty. Sometimes it's just painful. Oh, all right.
What?
So,
No.
was that it, Jenna?
Yeah. Thanks.
All right, Tommy,
Charles for the win.
Mr. Tommy Clifford. Haven't seen you in forever. What's going on, sir?
Hey, how are you? Happy day to you. Okay,
Good stuff.
so here's the hustle. My I lost access to the membership area where I can download assets to my review cards.
Oh shoot. Okay, we need to give that back to you.
Well, that's a small one.
Okay.
Somehow, so I went to the community and I noticed that a couple days ago, Pabbly was acting goofy because none of my demo AI was working. Okay, so I went into Pabbly and I started poking around, and it looks like after a certain period of time, your API key expires. Okay, that's fine. I put my new API key in there. Everything in Pabbly seems to be happy, but for some reason my automation isn't, the AI isn't working the way it's supposed to.
What we probably need to do is we've had I mean, I haven't seen you in forever, so we've had a lot of updates to this, like the demo snapshots and some of the
Yep.
code. So that those updates will most likely fix your issue.
So here's a $1 million question. Can I bring just that specific page in when I bring the snapshot, or is it gonna, because we've made some,
Actually, the updates are literally like in the member area, and I got to make sure that you're in it because I got 2 Tommy Cliffords in here. So I got a Tommy, I got a Tommy with a Gmail and
Yep.
and a 920's area code. Then I got another one like Tommy at SEOs.pro.
that's both of them are me. So you can,
All right.
but
Let me-
I've been logging in with the Gmail one, and that's probably why, because Gmail is the one that,
Yeah, you should be like, all right, let me go in here and make sure you're in there because you should be. Nope, for some reason you are not in there. I don't know why that. No, wait, you're in there.
so
That's
should
weird.
I be able to, so I should be able to go to learning. I have a cold call snapshot, but I don't have the other.
Yeah, you should have. If you're in the portal, yeah. So what you need to do, like the Review Genius stuff is like it's just in the members area. We don't have just the learning in there because in the Review Genius we've had some people get into the group that don't actually have access to it. So
Got it.
I didn't want to put that in there. So just a second. And
You just go to members.highlevelfreaks.com.
yep, I just sent that to you. I just put it in the chat, Tommy. So once you go in there, we have the update, the modules for like the most recent updates, and I got a full walkthrough. I like grab this piece of code, paste it here.
Got it. Perfect.
And
So,
if you,
okay,
if you need help with that, just let me know.
So, okay, redirector. Okay, looks like there was a December redirector and review shield update. Okay, perfect. I will go through this. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much.
You got it. What
Happy
else is
day.
happening?
Oh my gosh, so much good. So much good. I can't even I don't even know where to contain it. I really don't. It's just we're really I just hired a business partner who's focusing on this, and so we're kind of, it was kind of low, but now it's high, and we're really I think this is it's a great day to be alive, and a great day to have review cards. That's what I got to say, because this is a big deal. We just helped someone get 300 reviews in a weekend.
Oh my gosh, you run a campaign then?
No,
reviews for a weekend.
no. What we did is we went and I was at a conference, and they had a brand new Google Business Profiles, and I put a card at every table at the conference, and I actually had a little microphone, and we went up there, and we got everybody to scan the QR code and pass the cards around, and he's on his way to 300 reviews.
That's nuts. Nice. Very
Well,
well
that's how the game's played. That's how it's played, and so thank you. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. I'm going to dig
no
into
worries.
this, and I appreciate your time and consideration.
Yeah, you got it, man. Yeah, if you need help or if you get stuck, just reach out and let's we can jump on a Zoom.
Peace out. Thank you.
All right.
Great strategy, man. That's so good.
Yep.
Everybody take your mix. Everybody send the review. Sounds very good.
Oh yeah. Everybody.
Hey, Pat, let me ask you something. I remember that a long time ago, I asked you if you can unblock on the calculator page, instead to force the people to leave their data, if there is a way to just show to a potential customer the calculator without forcing him to leave
like forcing them to opt in?
Yes.
Why would you want to do that?
Some people, that they are going to move forward, but at the beginning they don't want to leave their data. This is just doing some calls. That's why.
It could probably be coded that way. It would take some little bit of custom work. Like I would duplicate the page, and then probably do a little bit of custom work to cut out the
Of course, that
but
by default needs to be yes. By default, I use yours. No, it's just a second option, just in case.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean it could be done. It's not very high up on the whiteboard as far as projects go.
Okay.
We got a lot of stuff we're working on right now. Me and
I
Locke
know,
and
I know,
everybody
I know.
else. So
I know how it is.
yeah, we got some big stuff coming. So
How long do we need to wait?
it's lots of stuff coming. Just stay tuned. It's coming.
Stay
So
tuned.
and Samir has a
I
question.
like your trick. Stay tuned. I like your trick.
Cool. And Samir has a question. All the posting all the reviews every other day. Okay, so on the Padly, Samir, let me look here just a second. Just a minute. Let me drop into Padly. Oh, come on, Padly. Padly's been acting up lately. Not fun. All right. Let me sign in. Come on. All right. And let me go to access now on that. There we go. And all right. So easy wins. So sorry. Review Genius. And so on, are you doing, Samir, are you doing the like so you're doing like the responses and the social posting? Yeah, okay. So let's see here. Let me see. Review Genius social posting. And so what you would do with that is I set it to either do like every day or on a schedule like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday kind of a thing, because you don't want to do like every single day. But then here, when you want to fetch the reviews, I set this to no on reset on execution. So it'll get the latest review and then get the old and start getting older reviews. So it should remember what it's gotten. I also come in and I get like all I would get like the unreplied reviews. And if you're going to do the social posting, but I would, or you can get like all of them. So like really, if somebody just leaves you a good review and they're going to be going way back into, that sort of thing. But yeah, that would be how you set that up. So you want to say reset on execution is no on the social posting. So then on responses are skipped. I don't know why responses would be skipped. So review responses would be here. I'm not sure what you'd be looking at. What like if you've got it set up to basically continue, if it like that you want the review to exist, but you want the response to not exist. So that would be how you would get the most recent reviews that doesn't have a response yet. So, but if it's skipping, I'm not sure. I would look at the workflow history and see what happens, because I know the last couple of days Padly's had some weird problems. So, but I think they've got that all straightened out. So hopefully that helps. It's not picking up the reviews in Padly. Maybe reconnect it and see if it will pick it up then. I'm not sure. I haven't had the problem yet that you're having. So hope that helps. All right. Let's see. Haji, what you got? Another question? No?
No, Pat. I believe I still. I believe I still have my hands up from the earlier question. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's no problem.
I'm gonna put it down.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Jenna, you got another question?
I do. Do you know if you can put multiple instructors on these courses? I don't see a way to.
I don't think you can. I think you can have an instructor.
Only
Right,
one.
Only one.
Bummer. Okay.
Yep. All right. Any other questions? Anybody?
Okay, I think I applied this right, but it's not showing up on the preview.
Did you do a hard refresh?
Thanks, Pat.
Have you
By the
rebooted?
way, I didn't see your post because you didn't say at everyone. So at the
Well,
beginning
you
of
know
the
what?
call,
You should be dropping in every day and checking. I'm not gonna be that guy that at everybody all the time.
well, I'm just saying
So.
you can't complain that we didn't post on it,
I
comment
got-
on it when I didn't know.
No comments.
I'm with Jenna on that.
No likes, no comments, nothing. Like no love at all.
How are we supposed to know?
I know.
That's the problem with the communities in there. If you don't do
Yeah.
at everyone, nobody sees it.
Yeah, this is true.
Hiding it under a bushel.
What'd you say?
Hiding it under a bushel. You know,
Oh,
you're supposed to ring your bell, not hide it under a bushel.
I've never heard that.
So Jenna, what you're saying is we should add everyone every time, and you won't be pissed with that.
well, I'm just saying if you have an announcement or something you want us to see, yes.
It's an Easter egg. It's an Easter egg. Whenever you drop in.
Yep. All right. Well, if we got no more questions, or let's see more. Well, now Charles has his hand up.
So there is a way that you can do more than one instructor. Actually, you can do a hell of a lot. So
Share.
if you change, let me go back and start from the beginning. So when you're going into the new customizer, okay, you want to browse system templates, and then you want to select Neo Classic theme with the advanced customizer activated.
All I see is your background.
Hold on. Share. There we go. So when you go into the new customizer, you will want to click Browse System Templates, pick the Neo Classic theme with the advanced customizer.
Yes.
Click Activate, Confirm,
Okay.
Create Template. Okay.
Yep.
Once you're in here, now you're in the new editor.
Yes, and I like it.
So on the sidebar, you can't add an instructor per se, but you can add a custom block. And
Okay,
so you
whoa,
can
whoa,
add
slow down. How'd you get there?
If you go to the sidebar,
Yep.
click Add Block,
A literal sidebar. Okay. Okay.
and then Custom Block. And now you can go into these custom blocks. You can leave the image or add an image. You can put whatever content you want in here. You can hide the button. So you
Super
could
cool.
have multiple instructors. Just remove your default instructor and use the custom block instead.
Oh, nice.
And I don't have to save it as a template anymore? Or will it only
So you save it as
template?
so you'll save it as a template and apply it. And so in the future, if you're using that same layout for others, so you can have multiple templates of this. So maybe you have one that's a single instructor and you design this out to where you have your hero, your body, because this is just a lot better. So like we have in the body, we have our category block. Maybe I want to add a video block above this. So above my categories, I have a video. So maybe this is a template that you want for certain courses. And so now you can essentially build out your own entire template for courses.
Right.
Fully customized to what you want.
So first now I'm adding the template. And then I can customize it in the specific course. Is that correct?
And yes. So let's say I save as template. So this template was saved successfully, and I can say, let's see, HL Freaks Jenna example. So I'm going to save as a template.
Yep.
I'm not going to apply it, but I can go back. And now I can go to my templates and we see that template there. So here's that. So now I can activate this on any course that I want. It's already pre-built. I want that same exact layout. Like I want, maybe you've got links to other resources that you want to link out to in every course that you build. you can build out those custom blocks or link blocks, and that is part of your template. So when you activate that template, those links are already there. You don't even have to update them. The only thing that you're updating is the course specific information. If you want to swap out a video in that category screen, you can, but it just allows for a lot more customization.
Yeah.
And basically, instead of always starting with the system templates and then having to go in and change everything, you
Yeah.
can now build out your own template that you can start every course with.
Yeah.
So
So
maybe a
then,
little bit more work up front, but then as you keep creating courses, you're able to roll that theme out to multiple courses quickly and easily.
yeah, I love it. Then I just go into the products and then under there, and then I can apply it to each one.
Yeah. Yeah, you would just go into your products. So say I wanted to apply it to this one. I could just go in, click customize, go to my templates, and then activate it for that, and it'll apply that template that I've built.
Okay, and when I'm customizing the template, it's not previewing it because there's nothing in there to preview because it's the
Correct.
template. Okay, that makes sense now. I was like, why is it not showing? But that makes sense.
Well, so if you're in a product and you're doing it that way, then you should see that.
Preview.
So
Yeah.
you should see the preview, so you have something in there. And it's a little, it tends to get hung up a little bit on scroll. Like it's obviously using a lot more resources than the old customizer.
Yeah.
But you've got the ability to customize your search, customize your color theme, your hero image. You can show hero, not show hero, flip it to a color or an image, course info, um, all your button information, vertical spacing, large, medium. Then you get into the body where you can, rearrange this. Typically, you're going to have your category block, but now you can add in other things. So you can do an image, a video, you can even do a custom block. And so that way, maybe you want something up there as an additional resource, get stuck, click here to get support or whatever you want.
Love it. That's cool.
So
Wow.
and the nice is the right-hand bar being able to, put, before you always had to use custom code to add
Yeah.
in buttons, but every time they change something with that theme, it broke the buttons or they
Yeah.
look all screwed up or something.
Yeah.
And so now you can just add call to actions. So there's that button.
Super
And
nice.
that's much easier than, you can customize it. You can have it just as a link, or you can have it as a solid button, center right, put in your URL, and you can save all this as part of your template. And so that way, maybe you have the same call to actions. Like you think of Extendly, like all their courses had the same exact buttons in every single course because it's to their core components. Like click here for chat support. If you need
Right.
support, if you need help with billing or whatever, like those buttons are never going to change. Well, now they can create, instead of having to do that in every single course that they roll out, they can now build a template that has all that pre-built, and they just have to worry about the guts, the actual
That's
content
nice. Yeah.
itself.
That's
Yeah, I
all
mean
right. So that's
it's a huge
I'll take it.
improvement.
It's a better update then. So
Yeah, yeah,
one of the high
it's a
level
huge
updates that's
improvement.
actually good.
Yeah.
That
So
one
if you're
sounds
doing
fantastic, actually.
courses, yeah, I mean if you're doing courses or if you have customers that do courses, it's definitely something you want to go over with them to make sure that, and even if you're just rolling it out yourself, if you're doing like one or two lessons to roll out some information to clients, just think about, now that it's super easy to add those buttons, what other value points or how can you redirect them to either a cross sell, and that's one of the actions for the sidebar is a cross sell.
Oh yeah.
And that is, basically where you can present that offer um, to them, so that way it's taking them, you're able to select the offer of courses. So maybe you have offer one includes course 1, 2, and 3. Offer two includes 4, 5, and 6. they already have the first three, but now you can cross sell them into that other offer that you've created in products. So it's only cross selling for membership offers, to make that clear. But it's a one-click upsell, so it's nice.
Awesome.
And I am leveraging it in a new way.
How's that?
Content.
What do you mean?
Content in the community,
Oh, okay.
taking bits and pieces that are actually useful.
Nice.
So just, I mean, it's a never-ending disposable source of content.
Right.
They're always adding new stuff to it, so it's like, why not? Might as well repurpose the living crap out of it.
Yeah.
So, and I will share with it, this is something that, here's a slide deck that I did earlier on a training call, talking about SEO and how it's changing. So you guys can grab that slide deck if you want. So how traditional SEO is gone, but SEO is not gone. Just the traditional. It's just different. So
Cool. Very nice. I'll have to read that.
yeah,
Something else to read. Awesome.
it's a lot about AI, and just stop thinking so much about the human finding your content and start thinking more about the machine finding your content,
Yeah.
because that's how the human's finding it, is through the
Well,
machine.
yeah, for sure.
So yeah, talking about AI search previews, ChatGPT, Perplexity, all these new ways of finding answers to questions. Um, so yeah. And yes, Samir, I am using the tool for SEO,
Nice.
the new
Cool.
search atlas. So,
All right.
yep.
All
How-
right.
Do you
any
know
last
how
questions?
yeah, I got lots of them tonight.
Go.
How hey Charles or anybody else, if you're enabling this on somebody that you want to do it like at cost, maybe, I mean, I'm not really doing it at my cost, but if you have a like bundled together or whatever,
hmm
how do I do that now?
You just go to the sub account, go to reselling. So go to sub accounts, find the sub account that you
And
want to deploy it into,
yeah,
and go to the reselling tab of that sub account and just deploy it direct, and you bill your agency and you don't bill the customer. So you're charging the customer, let's say, $7.99 for SEO, for basic SEO.
yeah,
All
for
you would
example,
do
yeah.
is go to your agency dashboard, go to sub accounts, find that sub account,
Uh-huh.
click to load that screen, then go to reselling and check the box to deploy directly.
Oh, okay.
And then it automatically knocks it
Installs
down
it.
to the agency cost, because there's no rebilling when you do it that way. So it's just going to bill your agency direct. And you will manage the subscription from your agency billing screen. It won't be
Okay.
in the sub account because you're deploying it from the agency level. So if you ever need to cancel it, you would go to your agency settings, billing, subscriptions, and then you would see it there, and you would be able to cancel it there.
And so if I did Yex one off too, it would be the same
Same
way.
thing. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then I go to
Yep.
billing.
Anything that you want to deploy direct as part of a package, you don't want to charge the client for the actual service. You just go to pull up that sub account, go to reselling, and then check the box that you understand what you're doing and click deploy, and it'll automatically bill you.
All right,
Cool.
I'm back. Can you guys hear me?
I like
Yep.
shutters, by the way, a lot.
Awesome. Hey,
The one thing I will say is I'm not a huge fan of deploying directly, and the only reason why is typically services like that you're going to last for about 3 to 6 months before they fire you. That's just nature of the beast. What I would rather do is deploy it traditionally as SaaS, and if I'm paying for it, just, you know, you might lose $1 or $2 doing it this way. It's not going to be enough to shake a stick at. Just put that money into their wallet. Let the wallet pay for it.
That's what I do.
And that way, when they cancel your managed services, you at least have a chance of keeping the SaaS part of it turned on. Hey, I get it. Things are tight. Business is down, whatever, yada, yada, yada. Your mother's got, you know, ingrown toenails, whatever their stupid excuse is. And you can say, I tell you what, we've got a do it yourself package. The system's already turned on. It's already been optimized. You just need to monitor it. How's that sound? And it'll save you $500 a month or whatever. At least it gives you a step down option and it's already turned on. You already have the credit card information in there. You don't have to do anything except just cancel your management service. So that's what a lot of big companies do. They always make it separate. So that way, if you cancel one, you have a chance of keeping the other. Because it's all tied into one, there's no motivation for me not to cancel the entire damn thing. Because to me, as a customer, it's just more of a hassle to have to cancel one to sign up for another.
all right. With that, let's see if anyone's got any other question. We've got 3 hands raised. Jana, you hopefully have been answered. Haji, you have a hand raised, and Jay. Haji, you have a question, or you still forgot to put it down?
I'll jump in here. So,
All right, Jay.
following along with the talk about the SEO, it's funny, I've not seen a whole lot of hype about it since it was released in the Facebook groups. And my question to the peanut gallery here is anybody who's using it, I have deployed it for one client. I sold it for $295. Been pretty underwhelmed so far, but he's got it all on WordPress sites. I'm curious if anybody's been using on their Go High Level sites, if anybody's willing to share examples of pages that it's created content for
I
in
haven't
action.
created any content with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
That's supposed to be a big value add for it because if it can create optimized content, copying your competitors, doing it the way they do it, or the collective consensus best practices pulled from your competitors.
Why don't you
That's
create content for your client?
Well, he's got 4 WordPress sites, and so we put all 4 of his, domain options on his WordPress sites.
Mm-hmm.
So we may be changing one of those depending on what he wants to do here. But we only installed it about 2.5 weeks ago.
You can still
So
go in and all you need to do is click Advanced SEO, and then they'll take you to the Search Atlas dashboard, and from there you can create content. Just go create a piece of content.
oh, I see. Yeah, that thing. I've not played with that yet, but I want to see it
Oh,
in
well,
action doing it for. You should be able to hit a button, let it just go, tell the AI just go for it, right?
go try it out. I mean, I don't know what I haven't done. Nobody here has done it. I think I'm the only other person in the room that's subscribed to it.
Yeah, you and me
So,
both. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to see how it works, go do it. I mean, that's what I do. If I want to see why do you think I'm subscribed to the damn thing? Because I wanted to see how it worked. From a kind of turn it on, click a couple buttons, and then not touch it again. So I'm seeing what it does and how it changes. That's because that's going to be my users. They're not going to care about going in and creating content and going in and doing all this other advanced SEO stuff. They ain't doing all that crap. They're going to pay $100-something bucks just to click a button, say fix my issues, and be done with it.
What feature are we talking about here?
Search Atlas.
SEO,
The
search
SEO.
Atlas. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's my point, Charles, is it's supposed to be the value added is it's SEO without having to
Not.
hire an SEO person, isn't it?
That is not
But
the
if you
value
click the
proposition for high
button
level.
and they create the content, then that is the value.
Okay, so I was talking to Pat about this earlier. Here is the value proposition that everybody needs to understand about this SEO plugin that High Level has brought to the platform. Traditionally, there are a bunch of tools out there that do very similar to what Search Atlas does. Maybe not as well, whatever, tomato, tomato. Okay. The one thing that High Level has been able to do that no other company has been able to do to this point is take a one button click AI solution for SEO and make server side changes.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't sound
Okay, but we know
sexy.
that. We know.
That is the ultimate value of them bringing SEO. Everything else is icing on the cake. To an SEO person, that is the actual gold mine, is that it is making actual changes on the actual server, not just presenting changes
Yeah, it's
to the
not
viewer.
like
Right.
on a WordPress side, Search Atlas is basically like a shim between the search engine and the website. Whereas on a GHL site, it's literally making and saving the changes. So it's permanent and it's gonna stick.
Because the question has always been, and will continue to be, with all these other AI solutions where they are making changes in the middle of the viewer, how does that actually affect when your website is scraped or indexed? What if they can't serve the change as fast as in less time than what the delay is set for that to index your page? So, like, if you've ever dealt with robots text, one of the things that we used to do, we don't do it as much anymore, but we used to set manual delays that when Google went to a page, we would set a manual delay before it actually started scraping the page. And that way we were sure that Google could see all the content that we wanted it to see on the page when it did scrape and index it. The problem is nobody knows. Now there's a built-in delay about 2 seconds, 2 to 3 seconds from Google, but nobody knows how long those pseudo fixes are going to still work with Google. One day we all
Google's
assume that
going to
it's going
catch
to
up
go
with it.
away
Yeah.
and that it's it's going to catch you in the middle of trying to load changes or something, and now it's not going to work anymore. And so that's why all the value of this SEO is all about server side changes. Everything else is just icing on the cake. It's just window dressing. That's all
So
it is.
basically, it's not faking a change, it's really making a change.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Every other software companies out there, the AI software SEO, they are literally just pretending the change is made. Like they're doing not server side. It's just shows to Google that their changes are there, whereas it's not. But Google's going to catch up one day, right? Just like everything. So
Hey, Charles, this is where I hit like enable it, and it's gonna charge me the 79 instead of like a markup cost, right?
No, the 79 is the true cost.
Right, that's
that
what I
is your
meant.
cost.
Right,
That's
and then
your
I hit the
cost.
pay now, and that would
Pay now,
deploy
it's
it
going
for
to
a
charge.
sub account, right?
Yeah.
You're in the sub account, right? Scroll up.
I'm in
Just
the
scroll up.
agency.
No, no,
Not
no.
agency, going to the sub account.
Scroll up. Yeah. So it's just,
No, that's a
well,
sub
this
account.
is
Yeah.
that's your sub account.
Yes,
That's
it's a
your
sub
sub
account.
account.
I know.
Okay. Are you trying to deploy it to your own sub account, or are you trying to deploy it into a client sub account?
Either one. I just want to test it on somebody. It can be on mine. I don't care.
Okay, then you can deploy it in yours direct. Yes.
And that's how
I
I
just
do it,
want.
right? I just
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
I agree, and
Yep.
this
Check
is
the
the pay
box.
now button, right?
Yep.
Yep, and it'll charge
That's
you
right.
79 bucks.
Okay.
No markup, no rebilling. It goes straight through the HighLevel agency wallet, so there's no rebilling.
Okay, and the right hand side, that's how I set the pay now and to like past the rebilling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I've never done it that way
Left-hand side.
before.
So instead of
Left-hand side.
79,
Left-hand
you
side
can
is
put whatever
rebilling.
pride.
Yeah. Left-hand side is rebilling. Right-hand side is direct deploy.
Perfect.
Sorry, I just
All
got
right.
concerned when I saw the lead gen. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, are you sure that's the account you want to put it into? So I was like,
I just want to see how it works. I feel like
Yeah,
there's not
no,
enough info on like
there's not.
on
It's
what
still
it
in.
does, and it's very unclear. I feel like I'm
They're
glad they
still
did
working
take
out a lot
search
of bugs.
Okay.
So, it's very much still in labs, which Kelly, that's you have to enable it
Yeah,
in
you have to
labs, and then
activate it
Yeah.
in the agency
then you'll
level.
see it. Agency level labs, yeah.
Yeah. So Kelly, if you can't find it, go to your agency level settings, then labs, and turn that on. Then you'll see it.
Yep.
Yeah. We got
I just
some new
thank you
faces
for
here.
Charles for sending me that screenshot. I'm still trying to find it. Pretty funny.
Got some new faces. Dave, Paul, Akelo, Kathleen's in the house. Anyone's got any questions by any chance? Any comments?
Yeah, so I was thinking regarding Charles mentioned that it's good to split up the different versions of what you're selling, lower end, high end. So I was thinking the same thing for Review Genius. It's better to
Mhm.
bill whatever package separate from the paid stuff. That way, kind of, if they want to, cancel the
Yeah,
page,
so
at least they have
yeah,
the.
but that's a simpler sell as well. So if they don't want the upsell for page, you just drop them down to the previous version, so previous pricing. So it's just like downselling it. Like they just go to a downgrade their plan, if that makes sense. You don't need to do too much with that. With HighLevel, what he's saying is the HighLevel offering. So with HighLevel, you have 20 different things you can
Oh,
upsell,
okay. Oh, I see.
right? So there's 20 different paths they can take. Whereas the offer which you're saying with Review Genius, either Review Genius, then page, whatever, right? There's only one path they take, either up or down.
The
Oh,
only,
just
the only other, it's really only about managed services. Like
Yeah.
when you get into managed services, so take like a social media marketer, okay, and they have, let's say they're using Cloud Campaign. So Cloud Campaign, all it does is social media planning. That's it. It's built for SMMs. So if you're a social media management company, maybe I approach you and say, hey, Alfonso, we've got this great program, yada, yada, yada. I totally sell you. And you're like, look, I just can't afford that right now. I've got some younger people. They're always on their phones and TikTok. Maybe they can help us out, but we'd really love to use your platform. Well, I can sell you the platform for $79 a month, and if you ever decide that it's too much for you to handle, I'm betting on the fact that it is too much for you to handle and you're not going to do actual content, then I can upsell you to my managed services. But again, on the flip side, if you say, yes, I'll go ahead and sign up for the managed services, I send you an invoice with 2 recurring subscriptions, one for the managed services, one for the software, because at some point, if something changes, if I put it all in one, there's only one thing you can cancel. I have no chance of keeping you on board, except to make you jump through hoops. But if you go in to manage your Stripe subscriptions, you go to my client, my billing portal, you say, well, the software is good. I just can't afford this. Let me cancel that. I'll keep the software. Even if it's another 3 months, that's 3 months worth of income that I wouldn't have got from you just by keeping it separate. That's the psychology behind it.
I can vouch for that. I lost some SEO clients after an algorithm change, and I'd been putting them all on Go High Level for the the benefits of using it, and I lost a bunch of that revenue from that too. Yeah, it's exactly right what Charles just said.
Can I ask you a question? I'm still trying to find this screen. I go into labs, you say, in the agency
Yeah.
account?
You go to your agency level,
Yes.
then settings, then labs,
SEO.
all the way down in the labs.
Yeah, right above auto logs.
So enable. So mine says enabling in 13 days. I don't know what that means.
Well, you can toggle it.
Or you can enable it yourself. If you don't do it, it's gonna auto enable in 13 days, but you can do it now if you toggle that on.
Got it.
Yep.
Or sooner. Sometimes they do
Yeah.
that.
Depending on how they
Dun,
feel.
dun, dun.
13 days might be this evening.
Yeah.
Good old high level, keeping you on your toes.
And then after you enable, do a hard refresh just in case.
Yep.
Thank you.
And just go into a sub account and you should
Yeah.
see the splash screen, which there was a lot of controversy over.
Mm.
You're welcome.
That sidebar doesn't look like my sidebar. Oh my god. Don't make your sidebar look like a Jolly Rancher roll. I don't know what to tell you.
Mine looks clean and good, Charles, okay?
I'm just messing.
All right. We got any other questions?
This is cool so far. I'm testing it out now.
Keep us updated. What do you find?
I will.
Looks like no one's got
It's
a question.
loading really slow.
No
So,
more questions.
Well,
I
you have
have
to keep
no
in
more.
mind
oh, this
it's
is
all
pretty cool.
so the front screen of it, I believe, is native. After the front screen, it's all iframed. So it
Okay.
is going to move a little, it's going to feel a little laggy. I'm sure they're going to improve that a little bit over time as they start to refine the dashboards and what data is showing and stuff like that. So
I was actually on a trial with Search Atlas clear back in October, November, and it was pretty cool. But I told him, I says, right now the way this is set up, I can't. All the emails coming from you guys, and it has to be white labeled. I can't do this without being a white label. My customers will go around me, nothing flat, and so I turned it off. I didn't know they were talking to HighLevel, so anyways, I mentioned HighLevel.
You can white label Search Atlas. Lots of people do.
Well, they may have done it now, but at the time, yeah, they had the white label option, but all the emails came from their company, not from mine.
But they go to you as an agency. They don't go to the customer.
Well, they know at the time they had them going to the customer. That's the thing.
No.
When they signed
Why?
up. I mean, I had some long discussions with them, and maybe that my conversations changed their plan because they didn't get it.
I think your rep just didn't know what he was doing because
Yeah,
that has
that's
never
not
been
the case.
Okay.
That sounds like a setup issue.
Yeah. Wouldn't be the first time a support rep got something wrong.
I was talking to one of the
No
owners.
kidding.
Yeah.
I get that from Go High Level reps all the time.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I
Been
was
burned by
gonna
them
say,
3 times this year.
yeah. I was gonna say if you want to experience that, just go to high level support and they'll sure get you an accurate
Right.
answer.
Right.
So
Pat, you mentioned you got a Manus account. I just got mine today. I saw a guy develop an entire marketing campaign out of it. It's pretty impressive.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's
While
pretty
eating a taco, is that the guy you're talking about?
No, that was a different guy. He's an old SEO guy I knew.
Yeah. So
He does insurance now.
I added like the code snippets and everything that I had, and I gave it like a very specific outline. It kind of went off like that. It's the heat map thing I was telling you about the other day. So it kind of went off the rails for a little bit. Like it was trying to develop stuff, and then it was like doing a deep search for like business LinkedIn profiles and stuff, and I had to like interject like, no, stick to Google APIs. It's like, oh, okay, I'll go back on that. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And it sat there, but it took a long time, and it finally did crank out an app. But yeah, I'm doing like the final testing and wiring it into HighLevel, so it takes a little bit to basically pull it apart, and build it specifically for a high level page. But it's so far so good.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can use it to create a event post for one of my websites that will include hopefully the correct Google Map link to a business.
Yeah.
Some of the other things I've tried, it will, you talk about hallucinate, it'll create a fake Google Maps link.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm like, what good is that?
Yeah. Well, it's AI. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. So it might be better. It might be better to wire up something like an N8N to get a little more control over it. The problem I've had like with, well, not with Manus yet. Well, kind of a little bit with Manus because it started going off the rails and doing its own thing, and I had to bring it back on board. But kind of the same thing with like GPTs and stuff. Like if you try to give it very specific instructions, it's just not going to follow specific instructions. It'll be in the ballpark. It's not going to do what you want it to do. So that's why like I'm taking our prompt generator and I'm putting it into a more structured environment like N8N to really build it out. So it gives me what I want every time because it's just GPT is just like, well, I want you to build this. And it's like, okay, I'm going to do this. And then I'm also going to throw in something else. And I'm going to go off and, riff a little bit. And then I'm going to come back and then maybe give you some output. And it's like, that's not what I asked for. So, if you can structure, like give it little chunks and then put it together, it's probably going to give you better content.
By the way, Charles, how did you put this PDF together, this content together? Where did you pull it from? The underlying knowledge about it.
My brain.
Okay.
This is a Charles Higgins original. Okay.
That's right. I wrote every piece
believe
of that.
any
I
of that.
don't believe any. I don't believe any of that.
Right.
Guys, you think I am like opposed to hard work and long hours?
Yes, absolutely.
So I use a platform.
Look at his
called,
hands. He does not work with those hands, everybody. Look at that.
No.
Very delicate hands.
I use gamma.app. It is a kick-ass platform.
Is that the website creator thing?
No.
It can create a website. Yeah.
It'll do websites, presentations, documents.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I didn't know
social
the
media.
websites.
Yep. Yeah, it'll do all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I used it the other day to create, it's like creating an extra citation for your business. I just created another website for my brand and threw it in my schema. Yeah, it's very cool. That's the only thing I did with it, though.
Yeah, so if we, here, I'll do a quick little, I'll pick on Jen. So we'll do an AI import. We'll import from URL. We'll plug in Jen's website.
Pro tip, my last name is real. No, I totally saw it. And people ask me all the time if it's fake. My last name is not fake. I did not make it up.
So it's going out and pulling all this from all the information. So now we can choose whether we want to make a presentation, web page, document, social. Let's do social. It'll create a prompt. It pulls all the information from our website in freeform style. I can choose if I want to generate text, condense the text that's already there, preserve the text, how much text per card. Let's keep it brief. Let's do generate or condense. And then you have different image sources, so you can pick automatic, stock, web, AI images, illustrations, image placeholders if you want to use your own. We'll do AI images. And then you can describe your style if you want, but then you have all these different models to choose from. So you can get into your premium models. So like Flux Ultra, and then you pick your format. So we'll do stories. And I can say, let's see how much There's not a lot there. So we'll do 8 cards. Click continue. And then you pick your style, kind of your layout, whatever you want to do. Then click generate. And you can set your own custom theme as well with the brand colors and everything. And so now it's going to start creating stories based off of the information that was on our homepage.
Yeah, it's pretty slick. Pretty awesome.
You know, but you can do, I mean, here we go. Stop chasing leads and start closing more. Put your business on autopilot. Double your speed to lead. AI books appointments for you.
I'm stealing those headlines, Jenna. I'm kidding.
Industry leading features. You know, but it pulls in the little icons for you. This, you know, you could say, okay, well, I don't want that. So you could say, replace images. It'll visualize a different image. You can also tell it to try a different layout. If you want it to write more on every card, what our customers have to say. So it pulled the reviews. They're on there. Ready to close more deals. There you go.
It's got
And
an
then
embed.
you can give it this goes across all cards. So if you want to make them all longer, you can click here instead of having to click on each individual card. And then when you share, you have the ability to export to a PDF, PowerPoint, Google Slides, PNGs. You can post directly to LinkedIn. You can embed or publish a site, and you can even hook up your own domains. On their premium plan, you can set up a subdomain to where you're publishing to your own subdomain.
Yeah, that's all good stuff, man. The embeds,
Yeah.
especially.
It's not.
And you
It's
can
not
add
bad.
it. They have an embed widget too. You can embed
Mhm.
on there, so you can embed other stuff in there. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yep. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, there's that PDF or that slide deck. Took me a long time to create this.
We believe you.
Hey, I did go through and ask it to use it. I did tell it to use it, try a different layout on a couple of them because I didn't like the layout of it. So I did a little bit of manual work. But no, it's, I mean, I went, you know, having to do 2 or 3 presentations a week to, you know, freaking agonizing over it, trying to use like Typeset and other platforms out there. And oh my gosh, I won't use anything else for presentations after using this. Canceled my Typeset even at my discounted rate on Typeset, still canceled the shit. So
Yeah, that's great. How long did Search Atlas take you on your sub account to load?
Takes about 2 days,
um,
right? Pretty
it
quick,
took
actually. 3 or
it
4
took a
hours, and then
while
maybe
to
2
go
days. Yeah.
through. It took a while to like it to do its initial inspection and discover
And
all the pages. Now I have a 100-page website with several funnels attached to it, so that you know my time is not going to be relative to your time, I'm assuming.
right. And I don't have to be on HighLevel for it to sit there and pull.
No,
I'm sure it can do it in the
no,
background.
yeah,
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. It's already sent the request. It's just propagating everything.
Okay.
Yep.
So I should
Yeah,
just come back tomorrow and look at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
check on it in 3 or 4 days. See, you know, how many errors you have, and then go from there.
Cool.
There's an
Yeah.
Jenna, there's a local SEO part of it you'll probably see there. That part you have to add. You have to add the GMB for whatever brand you're putting in there, and then also you have to add the keywords to track for the heat map. But that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just take your time.
I will say it did. I posted that in the chat. It did make some recommendations that would not be good for your website. For one of the things, title tags are really important. If Google sees that you have two pages that have the same title, it'll crap all over. Maybe not the entire site, but it'll crap over that content for sure. And it recommended dual title tags for some things. I was kind of like, man, it's pretty basic, man. So I don't know. That's why I was hoping to get some feedback from everybody else if they're seeing similar stuff.
Well, I will tell you that Search Atlas is saying that their plan is to go for machine-oriented SEO,
Meaning
meaning
what?
that your legacy SEO does not matter. What works in traditional SEO does not matter. That's the direction everybody's going, is machine SEO. Is it readable by a machine and comprehensible by a machine? That's all that matters, because that is the new, like, that is the ideal result now. It's not about getting on page one. It's not about getting in the top first 10 links. Nobody gives a flying crap about that anymore, because nobody goes that far. They look at the AI summary at the top of the freaking search page, and that's where they stop. They don't go any further. You're lucky if they even click a link anymore.
Well, that's true for organic, but for manipulating Google Maps,
But that's where your GPP comes in.
Beg to differ. The
I'm
organic
telling
stuff
you,
really does matter with the GVP too.
I get that, but it all needs to be machine readable. It doesn't matter about the end user. Because what are they doing? They're going to Google and the machine is telling them what they need to look
Oh,
at.
yeah, I totally agree there. Yes,
Yeah.
especially with schema and there are
That's all it's about.
the
That's the
technical
only thing
SEO
that
is what you're
matters now.
saying. The technical SEO, yes. Machine doing the technical SEO work for you, absolutely.
Well,
But
no,
that's
no, it's so you're still viewing SEO in the traditional sense. Like, oh, these are just
no,
things
I'm
that you
not.
don't, well, no, so like the things that you're calling, like, so AI summaries do not even look at meta tags.
I
All
don't
they
even,
look at,
yes, I know. Yeah,
all
yeah,
they
yeah.
look at is schema. That's it.
That's right. That's
They
right.
look at schema, see what the raw information is and how it relates to the object.
And the
That's it.
entity.
That's
Right.
that's all they're looking at. And is the question there, and is the answer to that question there directly? Because people just aren't clicking and reading for 10 minutes anymore. They're going to that AI summary, which it's parsing exactly what is in that Q&A.
Oh,
It's your
okay. I get you. We're talking about two different things, though. I'm talking about the buyer intent keywords. Somebody types in plumber near me. Well,
right.
how do you affect that? You don't affect it by doing by by
Keywords don't matter anymore, except in a Google profile. On-site keywords is going away. Period.
mm,
I'm
mm.
telling you, it is. Do you think the number one research tool right now is Perplexity? All it does is cite sources. Do you think it gives a flying flip what keywords you put on that site?
No, I agree with
Absolutely
you. I
not.
agree with you, but
Google does the same thing.
mm,
It's
to a degree, for
backing
sure.
it's pull. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, that's the way it is going. Google has already come out and said this. Bing has already come out and said this. It's the way it's going, because
Yeah, I
that's
think we're talking
where,
past each other, though.
no,
It's
I
it
mean,
it's moved. Google has definitely moved away from keyword intent. They're doing things with an entity intent. In other words, it's a relational database. And that's why schema is so powerful, because schema talks directly to the machine language.
right.
And so what you're trying to do is you're trying to use your content to make these associations such that Google sees you as an authority and therefore they should recommend your GMB for a buyer intent keyword. For long sense keyword, like how do I do this? Yes, obviously. Well, nobody's going to go to a plumber when they're saying, well, nobody's going to look up a plumber for a keyword like how do I attach a hose or fix a hose? The buyer intent keywords is where SEO is making the play, is where the SEO is worthwhile to a business owner. I understand that.
No,
Um,
I think that because you're either seeing the first thing on search results, you're either seeing a AI summary
Right?
or you're seeing a map pack.
Right. The map pack is what I'm talking about,
That
affecting that.
well, that's got
Can I ask a question really quickly? Because if keywords going away, what does Google use to determine, um, especially on the map pack, what does Google use to determine who shows up?
Uh,
Because one of the things that Google has is those categories, and
That's
each of
right.
their 9 categories, and each of them can be optimized,
That's
but
right.
for
that's not
different keyword
keywords.
terms. Okay, but people
That's
can
not
use those.
keywords.
Okay, so what's the difference between those
That's a
and
great question, Haji. Here's the
right,
difference. Here's the difference.
right?
Because those aren't actually keywords, they're entities. If you go into Wikipedia and you type in any of those categories in that thing, they're more
Hmm.
like things. Okay. They're not just keywords that people type in. They're actual real descriptions of a real thing in the real world space. And so that's why it is you want to optimize for those. Those are the number one things you want to optimize your GMB for. Um, and so that's why, and that's kind of where I was going with you, Charles, is that, Google moved from keywords to entities about 3 years ago.
Hmm.
And entities are kind of they're a spot. They are a spot in Google's database. And so when you map out a database, if you look at it like a network, the entities are the things that Google wants to know about. The content is kind of the things in between those space connecting one entity to another to describe what an entity is. It's kind of like a librarian. What is a book? Well, a book is a thing in real space. What do we know about the book? The book is, well, it's written on paper. It does these sort of things for a human being. Da, 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 da. So
But that's
you're on
where
the
I'm saying, like, that is changing to the point where what Google is looking for is questions and answers.
Hmm.
That's what's changing. There,
Hmm.
so
but
go to
also
your search,
activity.
not necessarily. All of this is changing dramatically. So
Hmm.
it is so if you go to Google and you search for plumber near me,
Hmm.
you're going to see your map pack, which is going to be based on your Google business profile,
Hmm.
how well it is optimized. What are
Right.
you going to see? Who wants to say what you see next?
Well, the SERP, right? The search
An
is
ad,
right underneath.
like
No,
Google ad.
no, nope, you don't. You do not. You
We.
see AI summaries.
Oh yeah, but
Question,
the AI
question,
So
summary
even
is.
question,
even
question and answer.
but listen. The reason you see that next is because to Google, that is the next best thing of actually presenting you with a business that can solve your problem because it is presenting questions and direct answers. What you need to be focusing on is looking at databases like Ask and Quora and figuring out how you can break that algorithm because they have it figured out. They are leveraging the living snot out of AI summaries, especially on Google. Bing, not so much, but on Google, I guarantee you over half of all the AI summaries that you see, there is a reference to Quora because
Hmm.
it is direct questions and direct answers in an authoritative tone that directly serve the question at hand.
I get that, but
So
plumber near me is not a question.
right.
It doesn't
It
matter, but Google
it could
relates
be.
that plumber to typical questions. So
Hmm.
how can you leverage the FAQs on your Google business profile? How can you leverage FAQs and structured data through schema for FAQs on your website? It's no more about just pumping out content. It's
That's
about
right.
presenting a question, directly answering it, presenting a question, directly answer it. That's what AI summaries are looking for. That's the machine that you're trying to feed.
But AI summaries do not usually make reference to any local businesses, though, right?
It
AI
can't.
summaries is pretty
It can
much like
I'm looking at one
Perplexity,
right.
right?
I'm looking at one right now that is ProServe Las Vegas. It is a local business in Las Vegas that is referenced in a AI summary.
Oh wow,
Base,
that's interesting. I didn't know
yeah,
that.
it's because it goes into other costs, service call fees. Some plumbers charge a flat fee or a service call in addition to the hourly rate. The source article is from their website at ProServe in Las Vegas. Let me tell you, they're getting more traffic than any other crazy thing that you can do with SEO. I
Yeah,
promise you,
so
because they
how do you get into the AI responses? Because just like you were talking about perplexity, usually perplexity will give you straight answers, right? Instead of links. But then on the bottom, they will show you where
it
they're
shows
getting
you
the references from.
Perplexity only cites references. What
Right,
they do is they go scrape all the data references and then they summarize it for you so that you can understand what all those references are.
right,
It's not built like GPT and Gemini and all these other models. Its large language model is knowing where to find all the freaking information and
right,
source all the information. So it sources it all, compacts it, and summarizes it into a quick and easy, digestible format. But
right.
then, if you want to learn more or go into detail, it gives you all the sources to go direct to the source. That's why it's so damn powerful. So, because none of the other large language models do that to that extent.
I think
Now,
one of
when
the
you're looking at so this is that website. I click the source. Now, is this a question? No, it's not necessarily framed as a question, but the machine sees it as a question. What is the average cost of plumbing service? The cost of plumbing services so it summarized even what they put, but they have a reliable reference to Forbes. They're referencing.
Right.
So this,
Citations.
well, and so this doesn't, I mean, there's no, there's a citation back to Forbes. How much is so, they're providing that outlink. So obviously this is a legitimate company that's getting good
That's right.
advice.
Hmm.
That's where, but they framed it. AI summaries is not going to go to the Forbes article and try to summarize this whole damn thing to come up with what they did in one short little paragraph to cleanly answer the question. That's the biggest difference right now. It's a
so
question and
so
a direct answer. And so if you're trying to get into AI summaries, that's how you have to structure your content is
That's right.
present these, call it quick wins, call it whatever you want, quick solutions, think of it however you need to,
Hmm.
and that's your on-site SEO in today's world. And then your local SEO is focusing on your Google business profile. You need to be maximizing the living crap out of the Q&A section.
That's right.
Like to
Hmm.
me, that part right there is the number one thing that you should be paying attention to, because I'm telling you, based off of what they're doing with AI summaries, they're going to start pulling
but
from Google business profiles. And if you don't
but but
have a robust
but is
FAQ
it
in your
isn't the Q&A section actually temporary? Like you gotta
no,
constantly update
no,
it?
Mm-mm.
no, it's
Nope.
No.
permanent.
Yeah, it is
Okay,
If
so
permanent.
so
Yeah.
which area of the content on the GME profile disappears after a certain amount of time? Is that the post?
Posts. The post will kind of peel off
The
after,
post would peel up
but
after
not
a
the
while.
Q&As.
the
Yeah.
posts disappear from the profile. They never go away.
Right.
You just can't see them in the carousel of the business listing.
Yeah, they
They're
only
still
display a
in
certain
Google
number.
world. They don't just go away.
They're in that
You,
database.
you
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
they
Yep.
just they won't
Yeah,
go back but
but
so
the
far.
question is, does it still benefit you though? The fact that it's not
Yeah,
visible
if it's
anymore.
if
Yep.
it's
It's it.
Yep.
relevant to a
Yep.
search, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
In fact, Haji, doing one of the main benefits of using Google Posts is you're talking directly to Google's database and telling it, this is what we are about. It's very powerful that way. Yeah.
Yeah. So who's using the AI to optimize posts right now?
Well,
It's been merch,
Pat can
right?
tell you about merchant. Yeah,
So
Page. Yeah.
Right,
merchants,
merch.
Page is gonna
Okay.
do posts. It's gonna update the services, and it definitely updates all the Q&As. It'll actually create questions and it'll answer the questions, and it does it all. It basically does all the research. That's why you
But
just if you just load up Page, you're gonna be set. You're gonna be fine.
really,
You don't have to go into like whatever the last hour that we had of talking about SEO. Just let Page do it.
so here's the thing about
We should change
so
topics then, maybe.
Yeah.
so here's the thing about perplexity and its challenge to search. Google definitely knows that over time, some of their dominance with search, is
Yeah,
going
for
to go
sure.
away because of their fragmentation. People are searching everywhere, nowadays to get stuff. But I think one of the things that's happening is very interesting. The people who go to Perplexity are geeks like us, but your grandma who's trying to find services still goes to Google. So it's probably going to take a while before that peels off. What do you think?
I
It's not
think
going
you're
to
right.
peel. Google's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Google's always going to be relevant. All I'm saying is that so used to there was two search engines. Okay, before that there was three. You had Google, Yahoo, and Microsoft or Bing or whatever.
Likely.
Now then it was just Google and Bing. Like they were your top two search engines. It is what it is. Like you tried to optimize for both, but you kind of leaned towards Google because they were bigger than Bing.
Right.
But then over time, as Windows has developed, as they've built in native integrations into the Windows platform, that hooks straight into Bing, so you really can't avoid the damn thing. It's not just going into your web browser anymore. You've kind of had to look at both of them. Then, as AI evolves, you had Perplexity come up. It's a third search engine. It just
Right.
looks at things differently.
Right.
It's not saying that Google and Bing are going away. They're not. They're still going to stay the leaders. You just have a third player in the mix now. And yes, it's for a different audience, just like you have
Right.
different audiences that go to Bing versus Google. It's no difference. You just try to optimize, but they're all going to the same overall concept of where this comes in strategy. And the only thing you really need to be concerned about is what we've been talking about. Like just worry about structured data, providing the question, providing the answer. Don't worry about who the top three are because they're all going the same exact direction. They're all going to AI. One is an AI platform. Two have their own AI platforms. They're all
Right.
going that way. There's no avoiding it. So, what you do for one is going to work for the others in this case. It's just Google. You have the benefit of having the Google business profile. Of course, on Bing, I mean, it takes about 5 minutes to spin it. If you already have a Google business profile that's spun up and optimized, I mean, it will take you no time to spin up a Bing business listing and get it optimized because basically you're copying the same crap over.
Right.
Um, you know, and so now you have both your business listings, you're doing all your structured data, you're putting out good quality content where you're answering actual questions systematically. You're not going into some crazy long 1,500-page article to answer one little question. You're just saying, hey, here's your question, here's your answer. Like I said, look at databases like Ask, Quora, go to Google Trends, find what's trending, then go to Quora and Ask and say, okay, let me search this topic and see what people are freaking asking as it relates to my company or what we do or offer. And then build that into your FAQs on your websites, build it into a blog article where you're addressing each of those questions. Maybe you answer 5 questions in one article, but they all directly relate to each other. You go into your Google business profile, you add those as questions and answer them in there. It's just all structured data. It's just a different way of looking at on-site SEO. And I'm talking more about on-site than local. It's local
Right.
really isn't changing that much, except that the FAQ is probably going to become more important than ever because it's such structured data as far as questions and answers And if you don't show up in the map pack, at least you can show up in an AI suggestion, maybe
That's right.
based on your FAQ.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Right, but one of the things I've noticed, especially about perplexity, is that um, is some of their usually their answers, just like you said, usually they synthesize everything and give you exactly what you want, but they also make reference to YouTube videos. Now, those who optimize their videos to get into perplexity search, I think that really is the next opportunity because I use Perplexity like I used to use Google, period. I use them for all searches and I discover people on YouTube through, Perplexity results. I don't know how to get into the search, but yeah, those YouTube videos that show up,
well,
at every search.
download that PDF, that 20-page PDF, and it'll talk all about diversifying your content across YouTube, podcasts, other things, because that's exactly what you're talking about.
Right. So where's that PDF again,
I'll
Charles?
put it in the chat again, and then Pat's
And then
gonna shoot us
Jenna
all if
will
we
take,
don't let
yeah,
him
we'll
go.
take Jenna. What question do you have? Then we gotta go.
I just have a quick one, I think.
You think?
So with the new search atlas in HighLevel, so I know it works with like service area businesses direct from search atlas, but with I'm not able to like pop it up with a non-address business for the local SEO. Have you seen that, Charles? Or have
I
you not
don't
tried it?
know. I have not. I have an address on my business listing, so
Okay. All right. I'll run it down. Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah. I
So
know
what
that
is the main purpose that the new SEO tool in GSL is going to serve? I mean,
Watch,
right. Being in a situation where
watch,
everything is really changing rapidly, I mean,
watch.
what are they really going to serve?
Two things. Watch the replay and read the PDF because I talk about Search Atlas and Auto in the PDF.
Okay, great.
and with that, we are out.
Pat's like, I'm done.
We can go another hour and keep talking SEO. And I know Jay would just love it. But yeah, we're out. So I will see everybody